That was a bad landing. But hey, hello everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and we're going to be going into how I am able to get review videos on my channel. And I've got a ton of questions on this topic, and so I decided to finally make a dedicated video to it. So I'm first going to start at the beginning, what I initially did to start getting reviews. I'm going to go over the hardships that I've had with this channel and getting review content in general, and then I'm going to finish things off with pretty much how things are now. So when I first started, if you guys don't know, I work at the Dodge Ram in Sandy. Basically just walked up to my boss and said, hey, can I start filming videos and posting them to YouTube? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I went and bought a GoPro and started filming videos at the dealership that I work for. And it went pretty well. I just was filming videos. I did have some funny things happen. For example, I was filming a video on an SRT Durango. It was one of my first videos, and I should have put this in the video. I really wish I did, but I was filming and I had the GoPro like on the back of the Durango to get the exhaust, and the GoPro fell off, and this was in the middle of like rush hour traffic, and it was raining on top of that. And so I'm literally in a $70,000 Durango, and I had to like stop in the middle of traffic, basically run, get my GoPro, pick it, and get back into it was the most stressful thing. And this was like the fourth video that I filmed, and I was like, okay, I'm like, I just like literally my whole life just like, I was like, oh god, this is not gonna happen. But yeah, that was kind of a funny thing that initially happened, was trying to figure out how to use the cameras, all that kind of stuff, and dealing with little situations like that. But then I eventually wanted to film other brands, obviously, than just the store that I worked at. So then I kind of asked another one of my coworkers, I was like, do you know anyone at another dealership? And they kind of referred me to someone at another one of the dealerships in the group. It's a Larry Miller group, by the way. So I went over there and I explained them. I say, hey, I've been posting these videos to YouTube. They've been getting some views, and they're like, yeah, sure, you can film videos, and I was like, they're like, just make sure that the vehicle has our license plates on it, whatever. And this was how things were, when I first started. I didn't really know how to give a shout out or anything like that. I mean, I was just I was testing things out, and you guys can go watch my first videos and see how awkward they are and everything. And my videos are still kind of awkward, but like I'm a lot more comfortable, obviously, than I was, at the start. So I started filming these videos, and they don't really get a whole lot of views, but then I get a little bit better at filming in general. So then I go from there to, I talk to another dealership, same thing, and they're like, yeah, we're fine with it. So then I start filming with them, and things seem to be going, and then I get to this point where I'm working really hard, and then this has to do with the money factor, guys. Obviously I wasn't making any money, but then YouTube changed their ad policies. I was about to get 10,000 views, which was how much you needed to get monetized, and then they changed it to you needing 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And I kind of got a little bit disillusioned because of this. I was like, oh, I don't want to film videos anymore because it's going to take me forever to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So then I just kind of let it go. And then I did have a dealership reach out to me because they heard about my videos. They saw a couple of them on YouTube, and they're like, hey, we'll pay you to come film for us. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to say no, right? So I did take that, offer, obviously, got a little bit more with the filming, got a little more subscribers, and I get up to, I think, maybe 400 subscribers, and I'm like, oh, maybe this is actually possible. So then I keep making videos again, and then I drop the ball again, and I'm like, yeah, this is not going to happen. I'm not making any money. I'm just wasting my time and gas to drive to places, all that kind of stuff. And by the way, this is, when I first started my channel, was the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. Now 2018 progresses, I stop making videos. I make a video every so often, and I'm just like, yeah, this is not worth it at all. And so throughout 2018, I uploaded some content, but not a whole lot. And then at the beginning of 2019, I kind of had this little bit of a bug where I'm like, I think my channel had like 500 subscribers at this point. I was like, I need to do this. I'm like, I can do this. I just need to be consistent with it, and then I'll make it into something where I can actually, become monetized and make money off of it. So starting in about March of this year, I was like, I'm going to make a video every single day, no matter if I make money or not. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to be committed to it. And literally within a few weeks, I went from 500 to over 1,000 subscribers, got monetized, got the little bit of a bump that I needed, and started making money off of YouTube. And it wasn't a whole lot. I mean, it really wasn't a whole lot. I mean, I think the first, I was monetized for a couple days in one of the months. It was at the end of March, and I think I made like $100, right? But it was better than nothing. So then I go through April, have my first full month where I'm, basically getting paid from YouTube, and things are going pretty good. And then I had a weird situation happen where I had a dealership kick me out. I was in the middle of filming. I was filming a vehicle, and they come out and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I go, "I'm just filming videos." I'm like, "I filmed, 15 videos with you guys," and they're like, "No, we can't have you do this." And I'm like, "Okay." So then I just go and start filming with another dealership, same brand, right? Just work around it. But that was kind of an awkward situation, I guess, that they just, and that's a thing that I will talk about a little bit later, is about people just not really understanding the whole YouTube thing in general. But I go from that, and then I had another weird experience where I had another dealership ask me to pay them for my videos because I'd filmed a bunch of videos with them prior, and I obviously didn't make any money off of them initially. But then as soon as I start making money, they're like, "Oh, well, you need to pay us because you're using," and it's like, whoa, I'm giving your dealership a shout out, I'm giving your product a shout out, all that kind of stuff. So if anything, you should be paying me, not the other way around. So that was another situation that, again, I'll kind of delve a little bit more into that at the end of this video. But that was another thing that kind of kicked me back a little bit. But now that at that point my channel had enough subscribers, enough following, that I basically, after probably the middle point of this year, kind of May, June range, having several thousand subscribers, and I'm getting, close to 1 million views a month, it's super easy to go into a dealership and say, "Hey, I get this many views a month, I have this many subscribers, I'm not going to charge you, I'm going to give your dealership a shout out," and, they'll almost always say yes. I had one dealership that didn't say yes. This was a couple months ago. They said, "We're interested, but we're not." And so I kind of did the wrong thing. I shouldn't have done this, and this ended up getting me kind of kicked out. Is I was like, "So you don't want to sell more cars?" And like, "Well, of course we want to sell more cars." And I'm like, "So if you wanted to sell more cars, then you would be smart enough to see that me filming videos at your dealership, giving your dealership a shout out, getting your brand out there more, is going to help you sell more cars. But obviously you aren't intelligent to know this." And so then the guy was like, "Yeah, just get out." And I was like, "Yeah." I let my ego get ahead of me a little bit, and that's something that I've kind of learned to pull back, is to try to understand where they're coming from, so then I can hopefully build a relationship that's advantageous for both parties. But that's kind of like the timeline of how things have gone. Initially it was hard to get dealerships to let me do stuff because I had no social proof. That's the thing that people always say, is social proof. How many followers do you have? How many views do you get? I didn't really have any social proof, whereas now, my channel has over 6 million views, and I've got 17,000 subscribers. So it's really easy for me to go, "Hey, I get," like last month I got 1.3 million views. I can go, "Hey, I'm gonna get, over 1 million people are gonna be watching my content this month. You can be in part of the listing," and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot easier for me to get dealerships to say yes to do my content, whereas before it was a lot harder. It's always hard to get stuff up and going. And if that's all you wanted to see in this video, then that's the only part of this video to watch. Now we're going to get into the next topic. So hopefully this next part is pretty brief. I'm basically just going to be talking about how things have changed dynamically for me as time has progressed, essentially. So at the very beginning, I would have taken any dealership that would have said, "Hey, we'll let you film videos," whereas now I'm a lot pickier. If I don't like a particular dealership's process, how they deal with customers, if I see something kind of crazy, I won't film with them anymore. I don't want to support that kind of stuff, which thank goodness that hasn't happened yet. Every single dealership I've gone into, every dealership's going to have their horror stories, but every dealership I've gone into so far, I haven't seen anything crazy happen with customers or anything like that where I feel like they're mistreating people. So that's a huge plus. So thank goodness I haven't had to implement that yet. But the bigger thing is just how they treat me, right? The dealerships that, go out of their way essentially to reach out to me to let me know, what new vehicles are coming in and all that, so I can get content out to you guys quicker, which obviously will benefit me because I can get more views off that content. Those are the ones that, obviously, since they're helping me a lot more, I tend to keep around. Whereas if other dealerships are kind of, just how they're treating me, if it's in any sort of negative way, I just get rid of them. Like I said, in, explaining how I've gotten up to the point I have, that dealership that, basically kicked me out, I will never work with them ever again. They will never get any sort of support from me ever again, no matter what. I mean, they could literally call and say, "Hey, we're going to pay you to film content." I won't do it. I just won't do it. And then the other dealership that asked me to pay them, obviously no, right? So I'll never go back to them, and I don't want to do anything to support them ever again. So little things like that, right? I can be a lot more picky because, in the past it was like, who's going to let me film for them? Or now it's kind of switched dynamic wise, it's like, who's going to be able to earn my filming? Because, out here in Utah, I'm the only person that's really doing this. There's some other automotive YouTubers, The two biggest happen to live together. There's the Burlacker and then there's the Stradman, but they don't do review content. They're kind of more like personal vlog automotive stuff, a lot more fun stuff than what I do. But I don't really have any competition here in Utah, and so what that means for me is I can be picky. So if I feel like a dealership isn't treating me properly, I'll just get rid of them. And I know that if a dealership watches that, they're going to be like, this kid's being egotistical and all this stuff. And to an extent, but at the same time, when, you know, right now my channel is getting, you know, this month I'm tracking to get about 1.4, 1.5 million views in the month of October. That's a lot of value. That's a lot of advertising. I know how much the dealership that I work at pays for only 100,000 people to see a certain ad. And when I'm getting well over 1 million people to basically, when I do these review videos, they're an advertisement for that dealership. I'm saying, hey, look at this dealership's inventory. I'm filming at this deal. You know what I mean? It's an advertisement for that dealership. And when that's reaching over 1 million people a month, it's huge. And so I know the value there, and I know that it's going to keep increasing over time. And so that's kind of the biggest dynamic shift with me and this channel, is how I value myself and how I value my channel, and, you know, making it so it's a lot pickier. And if you happen to be one of the dealers that I am currently working with, it obviously means that I value your dealership to the extent that obviously I'll film content for you, but on top of that, it means that you've been treating me right. So you're a business that I want to continue to support, and that's what this channel is all about, is, you know, keeping an advantageous relationship between the two, where I get to film content, I get to get more views, which in turn pays me through YouTube, and then your company essentially gets to get free advertising from my channel, and hopefully you sell some cars. And I know that dealerships do sell cars from these because I work at a dealership, and I can tell you it's more than what I would have originally thought, because I'm selling so many vehicles to subscribers. It's crazy. I literally can't keep up with it now. I have to have my internet sales team help me out with a lot of customers that are purchasing vehicles from us, because it's just so many people that are coming in. And so I know that I'm sending business to these other stores, and it's a good thing. I'm all for it, but that's why I'm a lot pickier with who I film for, and why I won't put up with stuff. If a dealership rubs me the wrong way, I'm just going to say bye at this point. I hope that all made sense, and I hope that that motivated a lot of you. If obviously if you're not one of the dealers, most of you are just going to be my subscribers or other people that maybe aren't subscribed to me. I hope that this motivated you to see how long it actually takes to grow a YouTube channel. And, you know, even if you quit and then you come back, you can still make things happen, and how consistency really is what's going to make things happen. And I hope that it also, you know, kind of motivated you guys to know that I've, you know, been through some negative things, and I've kind of gone over those hurdles, and, you know, been able to pull something together. And I feel like it's only going to be going uphill from here. Obviously, fingers crossed on that. But if you happen to be stopping here for the first time, I'd really appreciate if you'd subscribe, comment down below what you thought, and then I will see all of you in that next video.